Yeah, man, I really been wanting to get into doing murals. I just like public art. Because I feel like most gallery art is literally just for the gallery or somebody's house and stuff like that. If you do public art, everyone gets to see it, everybody gets to enjoy it, and a lot more people are going to be able to be inspired by it than it just being like a caged lion or something. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of the public art we have in Birmingham is kind of, you know, like brutalist, urban, abstract, metal, sculpture. It's not really... People don't really interact with it. It's just sort of there. That's like the Bean in Chicago or whatever. People go up and get under it, take their picture in the reflection. It's more interactive, you know.
Yeah, man. Cause I feel like that stuff like that it's cool to have interactive art as well, man, because that's the type of stuff that is like, man, I get to touch it, I get to feel it, I get to understand it more too.
Well, that's why, you know, the wings are really popular right now.
Yeah.
Wing murals.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them.
Somebody tried to give me a paint one.
I've seen one.
I think they're a little.
You remember we seen it in New Orleans?
Yeah, the one. New Orleans.
It looked like the one in Avondale with more detail. It looked like actual. Like,
dude, I just got back from New Orleans. I walked past a guy doing a mural, and I was like, "Cool, man!" And I walked 3 blocks, and there was another guy doing a mural. I was like, I need to move down here. Yeah. What's going on?
Man,
what we were just talking about.
Look, I was thinking about going to New Orleans for a month.
Well,
for real.
I was wanting to talk to you about that too. You don't only do shows here. You do Houston.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
We went to recently. We went to New Orleans and we went to Houston as a tattoo tour. And while we was all the way down there, we went to like a couple of galleries, a couple of museums, checked out the art, met a couple of people, did some networking and stuff like that. So, do
you tattoos while you're there?
Yeah, we did it.
They do they have like a blue ribbon or like you get attention by doing?
Yeah, we met a couple of people by just doing tattoos, and then we was out passing out business cards and stuff like that, and meeting people like that as well. We found like this real cool ass little place where it's like a bunch of graffiti and stuff like that. I really don't even remember what the name of it.
You talking about the one in Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I got it saved in my
Yeah, but it was dope. Notes. It was just like graffiti everywhere. Like the whole warehouse had graffiti on the outside, on the inside. Cool. They had like graffiti battles and everything. That'd be hard.
I got followed by Secret Walls.
They followed. Not recently, but probably like about 3 years ago. They had followed my page, but. Yeah, dang.
They've got them all over.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
It's
cool.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I was thinking about doing an event like that one day.
So you work at Painfreakz?
Painfreakz Body Art Studio, located in the 5 Points West Shopping Center, 2209 Suite B, Bessemer Road, Birmingham, Alabama.
So if you can't find it, you got no excuse now, because that was that was thorough.
Yeah.
So how often are you down there?
I try to be down there as much as I possibly can. If I'm not like working on like any type of designs and then like that for the clothing brand or anything like that, I try to be at the shop as much as I possibly can. If I got a tattoo appointments, I'm definitely there. Or if I feel like I'm working on some paintings and stuff, then I'm there.
You guys need to go check out his work because it's phenomenal. You got a really unique style. I describe your forte, or what I see you do a lot, as like African queens or like Egyptian queens.
That's the type of stuff I like to do when I'm like doing tattoos. My tattoos is more like a illustrative Afrocentric style.
Yeah.
I kind of like came up with it off of like I was like really into like those lowrider books. And like they had like the Chicano style and stuff like that, and I was just like, man, what if I did that with like,
cartoon?
Yeah, it's like, what if I did that with like African deities and like, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. I was like, what if I kind of create a style like that, but with
you
African influence?
You got a heavy black graphic illustrative sort of style.
Yeah,
it's very similar to printmaking. Like me and Daniel Williams, we spent a lot of time in the printmaking studio together. And lithography, it almost has an Art Nouveau feel to me. Do you know Alphonse Mucha?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. And because he includes a lot of floral elements and font, like what was the most recent one? A tiger or lion?
It was
on top of the girl's head.
It was the tiger.
Tiger.
Yeah.
I love that, man. So I've been wanting to ask you. I don't know why I haven't asked you that, but what is this? to show off the grill? Is that what
so that was something that got popularized by Kodak Black, and it was just like to show off his grill and stuff like that.
That's
like
just talking on the stack.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's basically kind of like that as well. So it's just like when I thought of the idea, it was just because I did see Kodak Black, and I was just like, man, what if I did Nefertiti like that?
But how just cool, how crazy is that that got knocked off so much? Like people were taking it. And
it was a point. It was a point where it was getting annoying because it was a lot of people stealing it either off my Facebook or off
just
my
not
Instagram.
Doing it well at all.
And it was like doing like real bad, and it was like people saying that they created it and all of that stuff like that. So it was a point where I was just getting mad and just popping up on every single post that I seen. And I was just like, you ain't created this, I created the actual image, blah blah blah, such and such. So it was like all of a sudden my page went from like 6,000 followers to like 10
little
in like 3 days or 4 days, and I was just like, okay, that's cool. That's freaky. Yeah, that's freaky.
It seems like you're just on the verge of viral all the time.
Yeah,
make a big impact.
So that was just freaky, and then it got to the point where like I started seeing more and more people copy it. But then I look in the comments, and there's everybody like, "This art by Taze, this art by Taze. Nope, that ain't yours. You ain't doing it. You ain't."
Art by Taze army now. You got a lot of people advocating for you.
I was like, but they just pull up and like, no, this ain't yours. And it was just like, and that like after that it became cooler, and then it was just like,
you gotta be careful who you steal from.
Yeah,
not everybody's just gonna roll over.
Yeah, but then it was just like after that, it was like people started giving me credit for the design and stuff like that, like the respected artists did. But then it was like more people who was like just fucking around with it and fucking it up.
You know,
was just like,
if somebody had taken your image, your idea, and done it better than you,
I would have been
like, cool.
But the thing about it, I seen it's probably about 3 pieces that were the same concept, but they were either drawn differently or they tattooed it great. You know what I'm saying? They did real good jobs on them, and I was just like, bro, these are hard.
Sure.
And I can't hate on them at all. Like, I even followed the people after they did them, and I was just like, bro, y'all did really good.
I mean, 90% of tattoos are a person is tattooing someone else's art, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's one of the reasons why I had to, like, realize, I was like, bro, I can't continue to sit here and get mad because somebody's copying it. Because when I first started tattooing, I copied people's work as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's how you learn.
One of the most overly popularized tattoos that everyone copied was the Money Rose. And everybody was getting the Money Rose. Everybody was getting a tattoo. Like, it was just everywhere. And I was just like, I feel like my Nefertiti piece is about as equivalent to the goddamn Money Rose. That's crazy.
But by the time you spend all that energy to get upset with somebody for copying you, I mean, you're talented enough, you could go create designs.
I did. I actually ended up creating like 2 other ones, and it was Nefertiti. It was another Nefertiti one, but it was completely different from the other one. And then there was a Cleopatra one I ended up doing.
Yeah.
And both of those did almost the same numbers as the Nefertiti did.
Sure.
And I was just like, okay, cool. People like this.
Hey, you're doing the right thing, man. You're on the right track. I mean, there's nothing more you could be doing. I think like you go so hard, it's fucking ridiculous. I just did this interview with Brian the other day, and I called him a businessman in Birmingham. But you might be able to hold a candle to him because you're coming up. There's no reason why you haven't hit on like big time yet. But
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure you're comfortable where you are, but
I'm not.
I know you're an ambitious man. I got goals too. So
it's a lot of stuff that I want to. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, man. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of want to bring to Birmingham. But then there's those moments where I feel like, oh, okay, I don't know how acceptable or how more relatable people want me to be. And then there's a lot of people act like I'm not human. I'm like, bro, I have my moments where I go into depression and hide out for a minute too.
I think a lot of people, like, if you're getting a lot of attention and you're not responding to it the way people want you to, they think like, oh, he's a fucking dick or whatever. But like a lot of artists are kind of introverted and shy by nature, so like if
like,
you're kind of standoffish, just like maybe I don't want to talk to you. Who are you? I don't know.
Yeah,
why are you trying to talk to me at first? Tell me.
Yeah, honestly, like, what are your intentions? Like,
yeah, man. And a lot of people think that that's you being uppity or anything like that, but it's like, bro, you gotta understand, man. I really don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you. You don't even know my background. You don't know anything about me.
Well,
you
I
just know
understand.
that I do really cool stuff, and it's like, okay, I think that's cool that you like what I do, but just don't be weird and like run up on me. Like,
well, I've never had that problem, so I don't have to worry about it yet. But yeah,
I like talking and interacting with new people. I just don't like when people make it weird.
a lot of A-type like extroverts, they walk up to you and they talk to you like, "Hey, old friends, like we've known each other forever," in order to make you feel comfortable. But a lot of people don't respond positively.
If somebody walked up to me like that, it's cool, but like.
I don't know, man.
I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know, man.
Explain it. I really can't.
I really can't explain it.
Yeah,
Body language,
that too, man. And then you'll have those moments where you out when people like recognize, like either they recognize you from like social media or something like that, and you could be eating, and then all of a sudden you hear like somebody whispering, like, "Yeah, you say that thing you did."
Well, you got to get used to that because you're branded all over. You know, you want people to recognize you.
It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's weird when you like over here and I'm literally right here, and like I look up and instead of you being like, "Hey," you like. Okay.
People are weird.
You're being weird.
People are weird.
Being weird.
So, do you know John Dyer Baisley? Have you ever heard of John Dyer Baisley? He's a tattoo artist, and he has a band called Baroness. It's a metal band. They just played at Saturn. I just saw him. But his style is very similar to yours in a good way.
Yeah.
But he does these girls, these sort of, virginal-faced girls, in like flowing robes, and but they've got like boar tusks, and like he pairs weird, sinister animal forms with like beautiful, innocent women.
That sounds dope. Sounds crazy dope. Yeah, dude, that shit sound crazy.
All of the band's cover, all their art is all his art.
Yeah, man, that shit's dope.
But he's such a talented tattoo artist, and he's in such demand that he's booked probably for the rest of his life.
Man, I can't wait to see it.
So, like, but somebody on Instagram will be like, "Hey, I want a tattoo," and he's like, "Where you live?" "Barcelona." "Okay, well, I'm on tour with my band. We're coming to Amsterdam. I've got 2 days after that show. I'll come tattoo you." And he'll go to them.
Dope.
That's
kind of what I want to do with the rest.
That's just kind of what we on the verge of doing, because we're trying to get to the point where we can do pop-up shops for Strap brand, and we're trying to push the brand to a bigger level, because we already ship stuff to California, New York, Texas, and all these other places. So it's just about now by actually going to those places, meeting the people, and actually like doing hand-to-hand type things and interacting with more people. And it's like a lot of people know me from art and tattoos, so it's like, okay, cool. So if I could get y'all, if y'all interested in my art, y'all love the clothing brand. So now it's like I'm trying to figure out how to infuse the tattoo tour with the clothing brand as well. So it's like, boom, we go to this spot and we're set up for the clothing brand, but we also are tattooing at the same time.
Absolutely. So that's genius. I mean, integrated branding is important. That way you can get to do everything you love all at once and try to make a clean profit, and keep it as manageable as possible, because a lot of people can get confused easily. But I mean, like, if you ask me, you put passion into your stuff. I mean, look at that hoodie, man. It's just solid. Like, I'd wear your shit over Supreme any day. I'd say that straight up.
Appreciate it, man.
Fashion's all about self-expression, and I see where you're coming from, and it's a positive thing. And it's so cool, too, because it's like pairing, like strapped with like a fun, happy, square guy.
See, man, he get it, man.
Yeah, look.
He get it.
Okay, what was I don't even remember the lady name. We were at
the streetwear fashion, Atlanta streetwear market.
We was at the Atlanta streetwear market.
Was that Atlanta streetwear market or Painfreakz and Booze? I know it was in Atlanta.
I thought it was Painfreakz and Booze.
Yeah.
Okay, so we was at Painfreakz and Booze, and it's like a really, really huge art show / trade show. So we were probably like one of 4 clothing brands there. And a lady comes up, she was like, like the dude she was with was like, man, this is fire, this is nice, what is this? And it was like this strap brand. And it was like, okay, so what's that about? I was like, we was like, so it's called strap because it means to be prepared for whatever life throws towards you, no matter what the situation is. You adapt to it and you overcome. Just be prepared for whatever life throws towards you. Yeah. So that's what strap means. Then we were also like, so the water gun basically mean to protect yourself without malicious intent. Sure. Because if you cover up the top of it, it looks just like a regular pistol, but you realize it's a water pistol. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that we're trying to hurt you. It just means I'm protecting what I'm about, my family, and everything.
Well, like that. And that's so socially relevant too, because like, you know, you've got gun violence versus the Second Amendment. You got all this, like. But I exactly see where you're coming from. Sorry, keep going.
So, so the lady was like, so y'all trying to make kids, shooting people. I was like, what? That's not what we said. That's not what that means at all. And the guy went from looking at a windbreaker to buy to like, all right, y'all, because he understood he
was worried about like he was worried that his grandmama might get upset.
Like, he was just like, you know what? Yeah, come on, let's go. And I was just like, man,
I know exactly where you're coming from because I am a pacifist. I was a Buddhist for many years. I was a vegetarian and vegan for many years. But also, I will fucking kill you. If you come up in my house and try to hurt my people or anybody, you're gonna die.
Yeah, because it's like it's not even about it's not about like, you know what I'm saying, negativity or anything like that. It's literally just going after whatever it is you want in life and striving for it. If it's a situation that comes up, think your way through it and overcome that situation just so you can get the success the way that you want to. And in the process of getting to success, you have to still be on your A game because you have to protect your loved ones. You have to protect.
You can't let let your guard down or get lazy.
Yeah, because
you just have to keep.
You just have to always be on top of everything that you do because at any moment it can get taken away from you.
That's true. Yeah.
So
every day.
Yeah, stay strapped, man. You gotta stay strapped.